She hails from the Lowcountry Sea Islands, but is recognized across the country for her soulful cuisine on the Food Network's nationally syndicated show, Delicious Miss Brown. We're delighted to welcome back Kardea Brown, who has just released her new cookbook. Welcome back.
Oh, it's so great to be here. Thank you for having me again.
Love having you here.
Yes.
So happy for you. You have had so much success since our very first interview, and to think that it's been almost 3 years.
Yes,
so
3 years.
Catch everybody up.
Oh gosh, okay, so I am going into season 8 of Delicious Miss Brown. I believe when the last time I was here, I was just in like season 1 or season 2 of the show.
That's right.
And so now going into season 8, almost 4 years later, I mean, it's just, gosh, I look back at it now and I'm like, I was just praying to get another season and praying, and then now I'm in season 8, and it's just a whirlwind of emotions, and mainly just being grateful for the opportunity. You know, being from Charleston, South Carolina, you don't see it a lot, and so being from the Sea Islands and getting this far is just a dream come true, and I'm so incredibly thankful.
Well, you're a wonderful, talented steward of the Sea Islands, of Charleston's story to share with the rest of the world.
Yes.
And that's what you're doing in your new cookbook. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
So you just released a cookbook.
Yes.
Tell us more about this one.
So it's called The Way Home. It is a collection of what I say my greatest hits, my family's recipes. My grandmother never wrote her recipes down, and my great-grandmother never wrote her recipes down either. Actually, my great-grandmother didn't know how to read or write.
Wow.
And so the only way that these recipes got down generation is through word of mouth. And so I said, if I ever had the opportunity, which I always knew in my heart that I would write a cookbook, that these recipes from my great-grandmother and my grandmother would live in this book. And so when I got approached to do the cookbook, the first thing I thought of was like, this is my opportunity. This is it. So it's a collection of that and just some of my greatest hits from the show and things that I've always done on social media that people went crazy over. So it's just all of the recipes that I could fit in one book.
I know, which is 125 of them, which is pretty remarkable, and it's made the New York Times bestseller list, so congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you.
But what is it about Gullah cooking, Lowcountry cooking, that you really try to impart to the rest of the country for people who are still not quite familiar? We've got a lot of new people who've moved to the Charleston area.
Oh, tell me about it. The traffic speaks for itself. So it's basically showing another side of soul food and Southern food. It's not just a monolith where it's just fried foods and butter and meats cooked down with smoked vegetables cooked down with smoked meats. It's more than that. This Gullah food is a direct we are direct descendants of West African enslaved people. So a lot of our foods are rooted in West African tradition and culture. So a lot of the foods are stewed, in season, fresh. We go by the saying, we live by the sea and the land. And so whatever we grew on the land is what we ate. Whatever you went out to the creek or the river to catch, you ate that. And you only ate it when it was in season, because that's when it's at its best. So before farm to table became a fad, we were doing that out of necessity.
Sure.
So I want people to know that, hey, there's another side of soul food, and it's not so heavy. The new year is coming up, and I know people are thinking, like, what can I do? I got to get new year, new me. Try some Gullah food.
Seafood, yes, Gullah food, and the spices as well.
Yes.
Unique.
Yes. Well,
unique.
We like to use a lot of tomato, a lot of okra, even ginger in some of our foods. A lot of people don't know that we use root vegetables as well, and so we use ginger in our foods. We use ginger in our stew, or even just with what they call like root medicine. When you have a cold, get some of that Life Everlasting and adding some ginger to that. That's Gullah culture. And
it's not. It sounds complicated. It sounds like it takes time to make these dishes, but it can actually be boiled down and simplified, and people can cook it on an everyday basis.
They can. You can start off. What I say, do a lot of prepping on Sunday. Cut up vegetables. Cut up, portion out your meats. And so when you want to come home and you want to do a stew or something, put it in your Instapot. It doesn't have to be. Our great grandparents, my grandmother would cook all day long.
Right.
You don't have to do that. We have busy lives now, so it can be modified.
Yes, I mean those are life goals, because it's fun being in the kitchen and just cooking and enjoying and bonding with family. But when you can't, you just turn to your cookbook. Make sure you go out and you get it, folks.
Yes.
And tune in to Delicious Miss Brown.
Yes.
Season 8 is coming up. That's fantastic.
8.
Congratulations.
Yes.
It's great
Thank you.
to see you. We're back after this.